They tried to cage humanity. Now we hold the keys to their throne. Admiral Kethvar had seen many species break under the weight of hegemony rule. The proud Zelthani warriors had crumbled within a solar cycle. The technologically advanced Morphin had surrendered their home worlds after witnessing the destruction of their moon. Even the stubborn Krillian hive minds had eventually submitted to the inevitable. But humans? Humans were different. Standing before the massive viewport of the command dreadnought Eternal Dominion, Kethvar watched the blue marble that was Earth slowly rotate beneath them. 3 years had passed since the hegemony's conquest fleet had arrived, expecting another routine subjugation. 3 years since they had demonstrated their overwhelming firepower by reducing Luna to asteroid debris. 3 years since humanity's governments had formally surrendered. Yet somehow, impossibly, the humans had never truly submitted. Admiral, his aide, Lieutenant Vextha, approached with visible unease. "We've lost contact with Outpost 7 on the Australian continent. That makes 12 installations this month." Kethvar's mandibles clicked in frustration. Initially, the hegemony had celebrated their victory. Humanity's primitive technology posed no threat to their energy shields and plasma weaponry. Their space forces had been obliterated in hours. The orbital bombardment platforms should have ensured permanent compliance. But the humans had adapted in ways that defied all tactical projections. "What was the cause this time?" Kethvar asked, though he suspected he already knew. "The same pattern, sir. Power grid failure, followed by complete systems blackout. By the time our response teams arrived, the facility was empty. No bodies, no evidence of struggle, no trace of our personnel." The humans had learned to fight differently. Where other species had met hegemony technology with technology, humans had embraced subtlety. They had abandoned their cities, melted into their wilderness, and begun a campaign of patience that seemed to stretch endlessly. They called it guerrilla warfare. The hegemony called it impossible. "Sir," Vextha continued, his voice dropping, lower. "Intelligence reports that similar incidents are occurring across all occupied territories. The humans appear to be coordinating these attacks across multiple continents simultaneously." This was what truly unsettled Kethvar. Without their satellites, without their communication networks, without any visible infrastructure, the humans somehow maintained coordination across their entire planet. They moved like a single organism, despite being scattered across vast distances. A soft chime indicated an incoming priority transmission. The holographic projection of High Command materialized before them, showing the stern features of Supreme. "Commander Thiseron, Admiral Kethvar, your progress reports have been disappointing. The Council grows impatient with the situation on Earth. Supreme Commander, the humans present unique challenges. They refuse to engage in conventional warfare, making it impossible to demonstrate our superiority effectively." "Then perhaps it is time for a more definitive demonstration. Prepare to commence Protocol 7. Kethvar felt his blood chill. Protocol 7 meant the complete sterilization of the planet's surface. "Sir, that would eliminate billions of potential laborers. The economic value is irrelevant if we cannot maintain control. You have 48 standard hours to achieve. Complete compliance, or we will reduce Earth to ash and move on to more profitable ventures." The transmission ended, leaving Kethvar staring at the planet below. 48 hours to break a species that had resisted for 3 years. But as he watched, something extraordinary happened. Across the night side of Earth, lights began to appear. Not the chaotic sprawl of cities, but precise, deliberate patterns. points of light that formed shapes, symbols, messages in a script the hegemony had never bothered to learn. Vextha analyzed those light patterns. What are they saying? His aide worked frantically at his console before looking up with confusion. Sir, it appears to be the same message, repeated across hundreds of locations. It says... He paused, double-checking his translation. It says we are still here. As they watched, more lights appeared. Thousands, then millions of points of illumination spreading across the dark hemisphere. Every human settlement, every hidden base, every secret refuge, simultaneously declaring their presence. They were not hiding anymore. Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the planet's surface. Audio only, but it's on all frequencies. Put it through. A human voice filled the bridge, speaking in heavily accented hegemony standard. This is General Sarah Chen of the United Earth Resistance, Admiral Kethvar. We know you're listening. Kethvar found himself responding despite protocol. I am here, General Chen. Good. We have something to show you. Your Protocol 7 authorization? We've been monitoring your communications for 2 years. We know about the 48-hour deadline. Impossible. Their quantum encryption was unbreakable. You see, Admiral, you made a critical error 3 years ago. You destroyed our moon, our cities, our governments, but you left us alive. You gave us time to learn, to adapt, to understand your technology. Across the planet's surface, new lights began to appear, but these weren't the warm yellow of human settlements. These were the distinctive blue-white of hegemony plasma technology. You're wondering how we acquired your weapons, General Chen continued. The answer is simple. We took them. From your fallen outposts, your crashed ships, your dead soldiers. We reverse-engineered everything. We learned your languages, your protocols, your weaknesses. The lights on Earth's surface began to move, rising from the planet, hundreds of them ascending toward the hegemony fleet. Your ships detect no weapon signatures because we're not using weapons, Admiral. We're using your own technology, your own shields, your own engines, built in secret, launched from hiding places you never found. Kethvar watched in growing horror as his tactical display filled with contacts. Not crude human spacecraft, but perfect replicas of hegemony fighters constructed from salvaged components and powered by captured technology. You taught us an important lesson, Admiral. You showed us that conquest isn't about having the biggest weapon. It's about having the will to use every tool at your disposal. And humans, we're very good with tools. The human fleet spread out around the hegemony vessels, not attacking, but surrounding them with precision that spoke of months of planning. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to recall your Protocol 7 authorization. You're going to withdraw from Earth's system, and you're going to send a message to your Hegemony Council explaining that Earth is under new management. And if I refuse? Kethvar managed to ask. General Chen's laugh carried no humor. Then you'll discover why humans are the only species to have fought continuously for 3,000 years of their own history. You caged us, Admiral, but we learned to pick locks. Looking at his tactical display, seeing his fleet surrounded by impossible human ingenuity, Kethvar realized the truth. The hegemony hadn't conquered humanity. They had simply given humanity a new challenge to overcome. And humans, it seemed, were very good at overcoming challenges. He reached for his communications panel to contact High Command. It appeared Earth would indeed be under new management. After all, humans had always been excellent with keys.